Hello there, and welcome back to the Deutschland Let's Play series. You join us back in the field. We've just collected some bales. May or may not have used autoload, but decided to do it off camera. We do have some bales left in our field, which we're going to attempt to try and stack on top of what we got at the moment, and then we're going to go down into the bale area to the bale sell point to sell it. Whilst we're off on our little trip to the bale place, selling our bales, we're gonna get Barry to commence cultivating, because we do have a busy month this month, where then we also want to try and get into some planting as well. So we're going to have to try and do kind of a bit of double work. So we might have the cultivator still going around whilst we're doing the planting of the sugar beets. So a lot which we have to try and get completed this month, basically to ensure that we hit the planting window for the sugar beets, and yeah, we get something in our field, because otherwise what we'll be doing is not having a field to harvest come the autumn. So yeah, just going to attempt to stack the bales as neatly as possible, get as many onto this trailer as we can, and then get some selling. So yeah, just gonna get that done. So speak to you in a moment. Hello, welcome back. Might have got a little bit frustrated and just given up and aim to just get the bales on. So we're just at the sell point now. This trailer is long and I'm terrible at driving. So let's see if we can get round. There we go. So we've managed to get 25,000 so far, and there's a remaining 7,000, so we're up to 47,000. So we can go back to the field now, stack the remaining bales, and yeah, meet you back at the sell point. Once we've got the bales stacked, we're gonna get the Jesus, I can't get my voices out of my, the words out of my mouth today. We'll get the cultivator going on the field, so when we come back we can commence some planting. So yeah, join you back at the sell point. So back at the bale sell point, we're going to approach from a different angle this time and see if we can get more of these sold. Nope. Typical. So let's go in this way. So we've got another 9,000 there. That is all bar one sold, which we're just going to nudge in with our nose, hopefully. There we go. So that's another 1,800. So we're up to 66,800 now, which is quite a good place to be. Barry is in our field, just getting on with the cultivating. We're going to go back to the farm, pick up the planter. We will try and I can't remember if the fertilizer has the planter has fertilizer in it. So we'll do a quick assessment of that. If it does, then we'll get some fertilizer in there and we'll seed at the same time. Otherwise, we're going to have to apply the very similar approach we did with the sugar beets next to the water. So we'll just meet back at the farm when we'll have the planter installed. The other thing I probably should check is horsepower requirements. And does this tractor have enough horsepower to pull the planter? So yeah, we'll get back to the farm and join you back in the field. So back at the farm, let's have a quick scan of our equipment and see what horsepower requirements are for each. So did look at it in the last episode, unfortunately cannot remember a thing. So 180, and the Coon requires 150, and it doesn't take fertilizer. I might do actually. So let's get into the Kubota and attach the seed drill and start planter. Well, not seed drill, planter. And perhaps if I reverse a bit more. There we go. Attach the PTO, hydraulics, lift up. So yes, so we got fertilizer. We got the ability to do fertilizer as well. So we'll get to our fertilizer. Very limited amount of fertilizer to go on. Loop round and through our existing sugar beet field. We'll see how much Barry's done. He's already cost us 150 quid. Just hope it's money well spent. As we were driving back into the farm, I did notice he was still going, which is always a benefit. So unfold. It looks like he is doing a decent job of the ups and downs. He will of course be going on the headland, so we're probably going to have to, given the size of this planter, there. Has he missed bits? And is it because of the bump? Yeah, he has. So it looks as though there is obviously quite a considerable dip here, and it's struggling. So yes, he is doing a good job, but I don't think he's doing a perfect job. So let's get into the cultivator and let's finish off this cultivating before we start planting, because otherwise we're just going to make our job harder for ourselves. But when we go over and under these bumps, let's see if I did notice when we were doing the windrowing, it was raising, but when we seem to do it, it doesn't seem to be that much of an issue. Or is this just a case of AI worker doing AI worker things? So let's do these ups and downs, and then we can tidy up some of Barry's work, and then we can get into the planter. It's currently 3 o'clock, so we have realistically a couple of hours to be able to do it before we're into darkness. So just going to leave you on time lapse while we get this the ups and downs done, and some of the misbits picked up, because as we found out last time, we do not have a direct planter, so it's just going to leave them as grass. So quick time lapse, and hopefully we'll be on the planter. notice, just had to fill the seed drill, the planter up with some more fertiliser. We've got Barry going on it again, but we're going to just finish off this cultivation, then jump into the planter, but seems to be all going well at the moment. As mentioned previously, when planting the barley and the other sugar beet field, we're not going to roll. Position where we are on the farm, it doesn't really justify the investment in a roller to be able to get that done in terms of time versus yield and things like that. Trying to obviously be careful not to go into the planted field. So that is the cultivation done. Just going to leave this on the side, and then we're going to relieve Barry of his duties and go into the planting side of things. But at the moment, all going well. Progressed quite nicely. Given the size of the planter, I don't think we're going to be done by 5, but just trying to get as much done as possible. We will obviously be quicker in the turn-ins, especially when we get into the headlands. So we'll just relieve Barry there. I thought he was going to go back and potentially pick up the bits that we've missed, but it doesn't look as though that's the case. So yeah, we're going to do our ups and downs and then get onto the headlands and just hopefully a very short time lapse.
I've always just given up when things started getting rough, 'cause I'm just not tough enough. But with you I can't seem to give in. I wanna win this time around, 'cause I'm sick of people letting me down. It's like deja vu. Whenever I'm with you, I feel like I've always known. With you I'm home, so then why am I so afraid? 'Cause with you there's something more, you're worth fighting for. So then why am I so afraid? I've always just let it go, 'cause I'd rather do that than feel this low. But with you I just kind of know that one day you will see the missing part of you, me. I'll be patient as patient can be. It's like deja vu. Whenever I'm with you, I feel like I've always known. With you I'm home, so then why am I so afraid? 'Cause with you there's something more, you're worth fighting for. So then why am I so afraid? I've been wrong before, even when I was so sure. So now I don't trust myself. Yet with you I can't seem to give in. I wanna win this time around. Yeah, I'm sick of people letting me down. It's like deja vu. Whenever I'm with you, I feel like I've always known. With you I'm home, so then why am I so afraid? 'Cause with you there's something more, you're worth fighting for. So then why am I so afraid? It's like deja vu. Whenever I'm with you, I feel like I've always known. With you I'm home, so then why am I so afraid? 'Cause with you there's something more, you're worth fighting for.
Quick check-in. As you might notice, the fertiliser capacity on this is small. The width of this is small. The pace of or the speed of the planter is slow. So all well and well. It's a relatively painless exercise, but not. So we are just continuing to proceed with the up and downs. We are utilising our telehandler just to load fertiliser in the field, so we're just driving up the telehandler to the planter just to add some more fertiliser to it, and then we're carrying on. So almost finished with the ups and downs. 2 more passes after this one, then we'll get onto the headlands. So we've opted to do 3 headlands, and yeah, it's all going quite slowly, but we're getting it done. End of this episode, what we plan to have at least in place is our full field planted and fertilised, and we can see what the crops look like in the field. Obviously you can look very similar to the sugar beets behind us, but yeah, it should have an awful lot of sugar beets ready to harvest in the autumn. So we're going to continue with the time lapse until we finish this field, and we'll rejoin again. We are just still going for our ups and going on the headlands, so we've just got one more headland to do after this, so we're on the second to last headland at the moment. As you can see, we're still utilising our fertilising operation, however somehow it's fallen off, so yeah, we're going to have to go and re-pick up the fertiliser off the telehandler. But yeah, we just got a couple more rounds to go. Once we finish this, we will we'll forward on day just to have a look at the field production. So just hopefully one final time lapse and we should be done. Well, that's the end of the sugar beet planting, which was felt like a bit of an epic ordeal, with the tiny planter, the low speeds, and obviously the low capacity in solid fertilizer as well. So lost count of how many times we had to fill that up, but at least we've managed to complete it, and it's done now. So just gonna put this away. Definitely, yes, we only bought it for this harvest. Well, we've only bought it recently, but certainly under the considerations to be replaced for next planting season, because that was, well, it's not the biggest. So yeah, definitely look to try and replace that for next time around. We've got some machinery which we'll put away in between the episodes, but what we're going to do is, first of all, look to pick this up and move it out of the field. See if this works. That one worked. Let's pick up. So we can pick up these two. Nope, we can't pick up the two, but we can flip the other one. So we can get these two picked up and removed from the field, so not in the way for the crop germination. As we established earlier on, the sheeps are okay. So let's move on an extra month into May, when we should be able to see what has actually been, what's germinated, and it should all be fertilised, so we shouldn't have to do any spraying. The only thing I'm hoping is spreading the solid fertiliser won't result in a fine, it's not spraying technically, it's drilling direct into the ground, so we'll have to wait and see. So scheme payout plus £2,902, what was that for? into the rate type mod, rotation, might fail or get a fine on the alfalfa. So reduce bale wrapping scheme. So because we haven't wrapped, we've managed to get a payout for that. So we are going to put winter cover crop in once we've done these. So currently at category C, we are all good on that. Water contamination. So no, we haven't had any failures. So prohibit spraying chemicals of solid fertilizer, slurry, lime, manure, and herbicide within 40-meter buffer zone. To prevent runoff and contamination that's harmful to aquatic life, degrade water quality, and endanger human health. Violations have been violations are penalised. So at the moment, spray violations 0. Next assessment is in June. Obviously, got no manure, crop rotation. We might get a penalty for that. Slurry management, no slurry. Animal bedding, don't need to do. Animal conditions. So let's have a quick check on our goats. So we've managed to produce an extra 12 goats. They have adequate food. They have obviously adequate water, and they're 15,000 litres of meadow as well. So what we have is our sugar beets in the field. They do have quite a few weeds, which are medium, so we'll look to get the hoe out and get rid of these at the beginning of the next episode. But we have managed to plant our 2 fields of sugar beet ready for the crop promotion. So 2 fields of sugar beet done. Obviously this area by here will be bad at nitrogen, and then we have our field of barley. So we do have our 3 fields which are ready for the harvest. So just quickly, in terms of the calendar, so barley will be July, August, and sugar beet will be October, November. So that's where we're going to leave it here. All our fields are planted. Next thing we need to do is wait for harvest, and exciting times to go through the fun of the sugar beet harvest. So thank you very much for watching. Please do remember to like and subscribe. Hope you've enjoyed, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.